Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Find Love or Fail Miserably while trying, Die Trying. So I don't know why Kat advised us last time to select our favourite as the last one. Why is that the case? But alas, we shall entertain such thoughts with a bit of putting them into last place sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to go for all three of these anyways in this episode, and we're going to see what kind of finale we're ending off with. Ali. We're going to do this in order. Ali, to be honest, I'm not sure if your dates with Ali are really dates, or more of just trying different kinds of transportation. You shut up, Kat. You haven't even been on a date, so you don't even know what it's like. Dates are like adventures. It doesn't matter what it is, or what you're doing, or where you're going, as long as you're together and you're both enjoying each other's company, then that is definitely a date. But hey, whatever float... Yeah, you have to do a pun like that, didn't you? Whatever floats your boat. Let's get those cameras rolling, and... I'm not sure I've pronounced this girl's name correctly. I do apologise if I keep botching it up. I found Ali, or Ally, by the beach, or more accurately, she came running to me. Hello. You're not gonna believe this, Flare. Yeah, what's that? Alright, who took my keys? You've got 10 seconds before I take it out of forced paycheck. Oh, come on. We'll walk and talk, come on. Well, let's walk, maybe more like run like... Forrest's not going to be happy when he finds out that I... What'd you do? What'd you do to the poor man? Ah, whatever, come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me with her into the forest, clearing nearby. Thanks. What's going on? What did you do? You are not going to believe what I just found. What did you find? What's that? Well, I was wondering how to top the two previous dates when I stumbled upon... Was it dynamite? Some kind of explosive? Ah, wait a minute. It's better if I surprise you. I'm going to have to close my eyes again, right? I love how fast you learn things. No, just because our names end with E's doesn't mean I go be along your thought process. I don't even know how that joke went. She was singing as she covered my eyes with one hand and pulled me along with the other. She pulled me along step by step. I can't say I was enjoying it exactly. Is this a staircase? Oh, it's a plane. It's a plane, isn't it? It feels like metal beneath me, in the middle of a forest. A plane or a helicopter, I'm calling it out some kind of air transportation. We did lakes, then we did sea, and now we've got to do the final frontier, air. No, wait, the final frontier is usually space. Actually, it could be a spaceship for all we know. Just a bit more now, alright? You can open your eyes now. Oh gosh, it's even worse. It's the starting plane. How on earth? We were inside a small plane, the very same one I'd been rudely awakened in my first day here. Exactly. How did you even... It was just sitting in the forest, so I thought, why not, right? I have so many questions. Exactly. Wait a minute. Are you planning on... Without even bothering to answer me, Ali rushed to the cockpit. Oh crap. Here's to hoping this goes better than the rollerblades. Huh? I wonder what this big red button... Don't just start pressing big red buttons. Oh god, get me out of here. It could be tripped up to some dynamite for all I know. I ran for the door but it was already shut tight. And away we go. Thanks, Ali. You're an absolute saint in this death. The engine of the plane roared as we took off. I slammed into the side of the door. Probably safer than the actual plane itself, I don't know. Oh dear. Oof. Come on, be honest. You were thinking the same thing. What was I thinking? You're such a wild one, aren't you? You put a big juicy red button there completely unattended and you expect a good citizen like me to not press it? You're bonkers. I think you're the one who is bonkers. You've got a point, but do you have any idea how to fly this thing? Wait a minute, if you're talking to me here, then who's flying the plane? Technically nobody, so you're saying it's on autopilot. Crash, obviously. The right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. We hit it hard enough for it to be slightly deformed. Oof! I slammed into the wall yet again. Well, we didn't need that wing anyways. We still have the other one. Do you not know anything about airplanes? They need both of their wings to be able to stably fly. Exactly like Kit. I like to have both kidneys intact, thank you very much. Forget killer dating death shows. Forget Damian and Kat. Annie was going to be better for me. I tried to run for the carpet, but all I could do was stay upright as the plane tethered back and forth. I'm just kidding, I've got this. Yeah, you definitely got this, Ali. Thank you for guiding us to our demise. Ali ran to the cockpit without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, I did my best impression of a ball in a pinball machine. Oh, I've got this. I definitely have got this. The plane seemed to stabilize them. How can you stabilize a plane when it's only got one wing? This is definitely a game of sorts. Oh, thank God. I really thought we were gonna... And crash. Yep. Oops. Once again, the right wing of a plane smashed into a tree. Somehow it was bent back into its original... I thought it came off. When Annie said, well, we don't need that wing anyways. We've got the other one, just like we only need one of our kidneys. Not so bad if I do say so myself. Who is flying the plane? Alright, that was dumb luck and you know it. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We start to gain altitude. Slowly at first, then faster and faster, higher and higher. Before long we were soaring high above the trees. Thank goodness. Ali yelled out in triumph. Woo! Okay, Ali, I'm not going to try and shout out what you're trying to say. I joined it and yelled out with glee. It's a pretty great feeling, huh? Not dying in a fiery plane crash. Flying free. Without it, what's the point of living? You're talking about freedom or flying? Because at the moment, for me anyways, we're two different things. I prefer freedom over flying, although I would prefer the method of being free by flying. Oh, why not both? That said, there's another reason I flew us up here, was it to make out? What's that, Ali? This is the only place I can find on the island that wasn't bugged. No one can eavesdrop on us here. And sorry for the turbulence, but without it, they might have heard me disable the bugs in here. Believe me, I looked for a safe place as hard as I could. That's why I got the rollerblades in the boat earlier, to find a safe place to talk, as fast as possible. I guess you know what the show is really about then. Unfortunately, yeah, what a bummer, am I right? Unfortunately, I don't think you do, and I can't risk telling you everything either. What? Why? Believe me, you're better off not knowing. What? Ali, what are you hiding? Who are you really? Look, we don't have too much time before we'll have to land. This thing is already almost out of fuel. Sure enough, we've already started descending. Please, just trust me. I'm on your side, Flare. Just like Kat said she's on our side when she's not. I know there's so many lies going around here, but I really want to help you get out of here. Though I have to admit, it wasn't on my to-do list at first. It's a good thing you're so... I'm cute. That doesn't even scratch the surface on how wonderful and glamorous I am. And moving on. I'm kidding, jeez. Do you trust me? Do I trust Ali? Do I trust her with our situation going on so far? Well, we'll put our faith into her. Of course I do, Ali. You know that. You won't regret it, promise. Thanks. So what can you tell me? There's no time. Long story short, there's something on this island I need to find that the people I work with need. It's life or death, not just for you or me, but for countless others. I came here to save you all, and I won't give up until I have. So it sounds like some kind of prophecy. Though at this point, I've done all I can. It's in his hands now. Whose hands? Whose? No time to talk. We're almost back in range of the island's recording network. No matter what, don't tell anybody what happened here. Not even a little bit. Not even if you think you can trust them. Are we clear? Crystal transparent clear. The plane flew lower and lower, and it's going to nosedive into the ground. But luckily, there's a gigantic net there that is going to save this plane from total annihilation. Alright, we're about to be back in the recording zone. No, Ali, you're already in the recording zone. Get it? Because I'm recording. Anyways. What else? What else? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Like what? You've already done all the daredevil things, for goodness sakes. That really doesn't limit it much. Exactly. I guess not. After we landed, Kat scolded us for taking the plane. Kat and Ali seemed to exchange more than a few uneasy glances as we got off the plane. But luckily, nothing came of it. Next, the production staff separated Ali and I. It looks like Kat had arranged something special for the two of us. All I was told was that I wasn't allowed to see Ali until evening. Apparently that's the nicest time to film. Till then, the production team helped me to look for part of a romantic novel protagonist. I was dressed to the nines. Thanks for that. We're not in one of these romantic visual novels on a reality dating TV show. I must have sat through a few hundred photo shoots and interviews before they told me it was time to see her. Great. Wait, what? Why we're back here? This is where I was separated from Scarlet last time. Why are we here? Why are we here? Whoa, even for this island, this place is fancy with a capital F. Fudge. And tell me about... Why is he appearing right behind her? Shouldn't they be in two separate places? Tell me about it. I broke one plate and I have to pay it off for the rest of my life. I mean, welcome to the Ocean Palace. Allow me to show you to your seat. Two gestured at me to follow him. Thanks. We had only taken a few steps when I saw her, and when I did, I couldn't help but crack up. You know, I kind of expected you to be dressed up too, given all the blank the crew put me through. You're not dressed up though. You're still in your default CG sprite. What's the point? It'd just get ruined. How would it get ruined? Oh, you'll see. Come on. She reached for my hand. I put mine in hers with a smile on my face. She pulled me along with her towards the door. And what? We stumbled against a table which knocked a plate onto the floor. Obviously, it probably shattered into a million pieces. In case you were watching, Kat, that was 2. I knew I should have just been an accountant. You keep saying this too, for goodness sakes. Why didn't you just become an accountant the first moment you realised that this was not your kind of job? Oh dear. She laughed as she pulled me along with her to be outside. This is just outside the restaurant. The night air had never tasted so fresh. Never felt so fresh. Each breath for air was, so as we ran along the road, made my worries and fears just disappear. While we're still dressed in the nines, running, for goodness sakes. This is not very good for our expensive clothing if we're dressed to the nines, running on the road and now running on the beach where the sand could get on our nines. Oh dear. And one of the nines is not even upside down, which is disappointing. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. Come on! She tightened her hand and pulled me along with her to the water. What now? Wait just a... She laughed like a maniac as she cannonballed us into the ocean. My first instinct was to swim back up to the surface, but then Ali put her fist against my face and looked deep into my eyes. She smiled, then kissed me passionately. It was as if time had stopped. A few moments later, we went back up to the surface. I figured could use a fun distraction from everything that happened earlier. Was she doing this for me? I never know what to expect from you, you know. And you never will. Exactly. We never know what kind of crazy schemes you come up with next, Daredevil. It was a night to remember. Yes, kissing while being on the water. Floating on the water. And just like that, that's my last date with Ali. Time sure goes by quickly. Indeed it does. I thought Yeah, you keep saying that every evening we're in front of a mansion. I thought I'd find you here. It just so happens that I think that I'll find you in this part of the island. Why's that? You tend to come out here when you're lost in thought. That is all. You're thinking about how the show's almost over, am I right? Kat, whatever you're going to say next, just don't. How'd you know? Just don't. Like you get... Yeah, exactly, just don't. Well, it's not over yet, so don't let up just yet, thanks. Speaking of which, how was your day with Ali today? It was It was awesome. I said that as if I'm going to say, I'm right. I probably shouldn't tell the whole truth, but enough of it should be good. It was awesome. I don't know how, but the more time I spend with Audi, the better it gets. Being married to her would make every day an adventure, and I like the sound of that. I'm sure it'd be an adventure, but the jury is out on if it's one you'd walk away from. But I can see she makes you happy. Really, that counts for a lot nowadays. But you might want to start wearing body armor if you want to stay that way. Excuse me, Cat. I want to wear more than just body armor to be able to resist whatever schemes you've got for us next. Anyway, I'd asked you if you're thinking of choosing at the end, but I'd rather wait and see how it plays up, Cat. You're going to stay out here for long? No, I'll probably be going back inside soon. I'll keep you company till then. I don't want your company, Cat. I figure you might want to have a conversation with someone that won't get... Shut up, Cat. You want to kill us, honestly, if it's not TV worthy. Thanks, Cat. Don't mention it. You know I'm curious, Cat. What's up? Let's say I knew I was screwed, that there was no way of me getting out of here alive, that the only way left for me to survive was just to run. Would you let me escape? Of course. Why? Why is that the case, Cat? And what's going to stop you from capturing me right now because I pronounce this to you? Thanks, Cat. That means a lot. It's no big deal. We stayed out for a little longer before we called it a night. I'm lucky I have someone like... No, you don't trust cats for any goodness sakes. For any ounce. Huh? Well, this isn't the worst place I thought I could wake up yesterday. I'll take that as a compliment. She laughed and pinched my cheek. Thanks for that. Well, it's been a blast, Flare. Thanks. I've some more cruising around to do, and I think you've got another date on your plate today. Yeah, that's just how the show goes. So, she was gone before I even had a chance to finish. Before I even had a chance to say sorry. That woman is a force of nature. She is as strong as any hurricane, and as violent as any tsunami. Let us go then. Morning, Cat. How you doing? You'll be happy to know your third day around yesterday was pretty well received. I was almost said deceived there. Not the highest rate we've had so far, but enough to give us more room to keep going. Thanks, Cat. Sounds good enough to me. For your next date, make sure you pick someone who you think the audience will respond well to. But at this point, I think you're in a pretty good spot either way. Thanks. Without further ado, which soulmate candidate is going to be? We're going to select Terra next. Terra it is. If I'd known you were just going to spend all your dates with Terra indoors, I would have just booked the magic. Thanks. But sometimes the best things in life aren't the most expensive ones. Who knew? Hey, I think being able to program and make your own games requires a lot of money, a lot of startup money, in order to actually get the software, access all of the necessary materials, and be able to go about your own way. But also the most important thing as well is your dedication to the craft of learning something new, like making games. Also, we're talking about this while we're in a game that's just recently released. At the time of this recording, obviously. Just kidding. You ever seen a depressed person who owns an island? You. Go get her, Tiger. Unless you talk about Violet, then how dare you? Violet's my number one. I found Terra sleeping on the sofa in the games room. She looked so peaceful. Maybe I'll come back later. Zombies everywhere. Yeah. She bolted up suddenly. Crazy dream? No kidding, I dreamt that we all got turned into zombies. You know what, that actually did happen in a Scarlet route. Luckily, there's no way that could ever happen, really. Did you go to bed late? Hell yeah, I spent all night working on the game. And I finished it too. So how are you awake still? Care to join me in testing it out? I added some new features I'd like you to try. Why are you blushing at the same time? It's almost like you only want us to try out these new features. Sure, I'd love to. It's not the same game I'd played before, but what am I looking for? You'll see. Great. Oh gosh, we're in the simulation again. Moments later, I saw Terra's avatar run up to me. You've made it just in time. The new event is about to start. What's the new event? As if on cue, giant robotic pigeons flew from the sky and started to attack our avatars. Why did I expect anything normal out of this situation? I've no clue, but this is how these things are going down. We're gonna fight these bloody pigeons. I ran towards the pigeons, preparing for the fight of a lifetime. Don't worry, I gotcha. Terra pulled out a giant can of pigeon repellent and started blasting away. Whoa, I think something's bugged. It's not working at all. Guess I gotta fix that. While Terra was laughing at her own mistake, I was being lifted into the sky by the pigeons. I think I'm screwed. Where are those pigeons taking me? I try to move my avatar, but there is no way to resist the death grip of a robo-pigeon. Robo-pigeon! Don't worry, they're about to fly into the territory of a maple syrup dragon. Maple syrup dragon. Maple syrup dragon. Are we in Canada? The what? Uh-oh. Oh great, the screen lit up with a blast of flying maple syrup. I never thought I'd ever say something like that, but here we are. Welcome to 2021, where anything is possible. The maple syrup slammed into the pigeons and forcefully stuck their wings together. As a consequence, they started to fall to the ground at breakneck speed along with me. And down we go. Save me, I haven't saved yet. I wouldn't save at this point in time while you're falling, because every time you load back up, you're still within the death grip of the gravity itself. So I knew I forgot something. I forgot to add the ability to save. Terror, terror, terror. Have you ever played a video game before where there's not a function to save your progress? I'll have to write that down. Yeah. Good deduction, Sherlock Holmes. As Terra took notes, I rapidly fell to my doom. I'm happy for you, but if you could just for a minute. My avatar smacked into the ground, pigeon first, and instantly died on impact. Oh man, I had so much stuff. Is there at least a respawn mechanic? I never died before in this game. Of course. Just hit the retry button. I pressed the button and watched the world around me reset to the village. Sans the giant beasts of death. This is like Minecraft. Except now the village seems 10 times bigger than before. Wait, when did the village get so big? And then it dawned on me. Wait, it's not the village that got big. I got small. I took a more careful look at my avatar. I was a pigeon again. Oh dear. So every time you respawn in the game, you respawn as a pigeon. At first you're a human, but now you're a pigeon. Terra, as much as I don't understand Ali's need for adventure, at least I can get behind her reasoning and it's all of its wildness. Terra, you're wild, but in a different way in which I don't understand. We spent a few more hours testing out the rest of the game's new features. Thankfully, there were no more pigeon Easter eggs. Wait, there were Easter eggs? And now, there's one last thing I want to test out, if that's okay. Will it end with me getting turned into a pigeon? No. Just come with me. I followed her avatar to the cabin we shared in the woods. And when we got there, she turned around, walked up to me and held out an item I'd never seen before. It's a ring. Ring of You're Pretty Cool. Okay. A ring of You're Pretty Cool. I have never heard about this kind of ring before. I've heard about a wedding ring, but not a ring of You're Pretty Cool. What's this? Let me try to explain. I came onto this show with no idea of what it was about. Personally, I thought it was stupid at first. You don't think. But hanging out with you has been so much fun. I've never really got on to work on my hobbies with anybody till I met you. Honestly, I've never had someone to share all my crazy stuff with. But you're different. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you love me. You're pretty cool. And I hope we can keep doing this even after the show is over. Well, firstly, I've got to hope that I survive. Otherwise, there won't be another side to the story. Yeah, I'd love to, Terra. I'd love to. I'd love to, Terra. You don't even have to ask. I've got to say, you caught me off guard with this. Why is that? You're giving this reading to me, well, it could be a little misleading. You're not making any sense. No, Terra, you just don't have any common... I was about to say any general knowledge, I mean. We laughed together and walked back to the mansion with a spring in our step. We played the day away without a care in the world. And, well, that's enough gaming for today. You up for a movie date? Sure, what do you want to watch? It's a Hitchcock film. I've always wanted to see it. What's it called? What's it with you and birds? I felt a blood vessel in my head pop. This woman is bad for my heart. But she never fails to put a smile on my face. Oh, goodness sakes. Would summer end already? There's flies in my room. After my date with Terra, I waited around outside till the time I expect to see Kat, but she never showed up. I guess she already has enough footage for today. Might as well try to find her. Let's not, okay? No one's here. Looks like the snacks from before are gone too. Not here either. We'll already be in there today. Ah, she's in the library. Kat was at a table writing down something at a frantic pace, with one hand against her head. Hey Kat, what's up? Kat is otherwise engaged, too engrossed to notice our presence. Oh, hey Flair, I didn't see you there. Hey there, Kat. I didn't know you were here either. I'm kidding. How are you doing? That depends on what you're ominously writing. You look just like someone who just realised I was dead meat. Oh, this? Don't worry about it. It's only going to cause your utmost demise. You know, don't worry about it. Someone's dead meat, but it's not you. Really now. Yay. Party poppers all the way. I'm just kidding. I'm just fixing up some of the balance sheets. Two was working on. Being an accountant was really never in the cards for them, despite what they say. Sit down. I'll be stuck here a while anyway. No, because we need to help you up with some books, don't we? Sure, sounds good. I sat next to Kat at the table. And so how'd today's date with Terra go? You know, they're both always the same option. You know, you either get awesome or alright. Obviously, when it came to selecting them the other way around, but just some diversity behind the different words rather than the same words per every single choice. But they mean the same thing, so it doesn't matter. Awesome. It was nice. We didn't do anything too crazy, but we didn't have to be. I could tell. It was cute watching you guys. Though, to be honest, I wish your relationship would move along a little faster. This show's not getting any longer, you know. That said, I feel like you two would make a pretty good team in the long run. Thanks. Anyway, you've done great till now. What do you mean till now? I don't know if what you said to each of the girls is really true, but don't stop now. You just have to get through one more day and you'll be able to finally leave this place. And you'll tell me what my old life was like? Of course. I mean, if I didn't, where would you even go? Fair point. You look like you've got something on your mind. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. You've been getting the best ratings I've ever seen. I just hope it's enough. Plot twist. This has been the only time that this show has ever been on. The rating requirements for the last date and the last day are the highest. I'm sure it's going to be fine, don't worry. I've made it this far, nothing's going to stop me from making it to the end. You mean the end of your life? I hope so. Well, very soon actually, for your sake. Thanks, Kat. Like, we need a realization of our predicament, so when I'm out of here, what are you going to do? Are you going to move on to the next killer dating show? No. Dating show maybe, without the killer part. I didn't know you were my career coach. You want to know my 5-year plan too? I get the feeling that 5 years from now you'd rather not be here. There is no plan. I'm just taking it one day at a time. That was lockdown equivalently, you know, just taking it one day at a time. That's really all anyone can do in the crazy... You mean this crazy world? Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Good luck, Flare, you'll need it. Thanks, Cat. Thanks, Cat, I'll see you later. Nighty-night, hope the wine doesn't enter your system again. Tomorrow's going to be the last date. I'll need all the rest I can get. Guess I'll call it a night. Thanks. Let's see, we're in our room, and the performance is coming to a close. The actors and actresses come out one by one, ready to take their bows. I would clap, I'm waiting for you, and only you. This time without a dream. The only day, actually, we haven't had a dream on. I woke up on the floor of the games room. We're not in the games room. Tara was sleeping on the sofa with one hand still on her game console. We had spent all night playing games and watching movies, like it was our own little sleepover. But we've still got the bedroom CG here, so that doesn't make anything logical. Pigeon zombies What is it with you and pigeons? And now zombies. And then she was up. Let's hope this insane show never gets to a point where Tara's dreams make sense, or makes any kind of realism. Oh man, my head's pounding, but I've got no regrets. No regrets. Me neither. We've got to do this again sometime soon, Flare. If I'm still alive, that is. You bet. Is it time for you to go on your date with somebody else now? Yeah, that's just how it is. Alright, have fun. Save some time for gaming with me later, okay? Sounds like a plan. Awesome. We keep making false promises. You're running out of time, Kit Kat. What do you mean? This is no chocolate brand. It's going to be fine, just watch. Good morning, Cat. Morning, Flare, how'd you sleep? Pretty well, thanks. You bet you did. That bed is worth more than your life. Shut up, Damian. That reminds me, why can't the staff have the same kind of bed that Flare has? Do I look like I'm made of money? Yes. You literally own this island. If I give the staff beds, the next thing they'd ask for is a minimum wage, no thanks. Cruelty to their staff. Fire Damian for another boss. In fact, don't even hire another boss after Damian gets fired. Just cancel this entire show entirely. Oh dear. He walked away. Thanks. So how about that 5-year plan? Maybe the brothers wanted something with this whole accounting thing. Anyway, it's time for your last date with your last soulmate candidate, Yui. Thanks. You ready? It's time to make or break. It's going to be break regardless. I'm ready as I'll ever be, Cat. Then, without further ado, lights, camera, action. Don't get yourself... Oh, I thought you were about to say action there. Okay, Cat, you just had to be a disappointment in that regard. But you know what? I'll forgive you because you don't read minds. I could see you from my room's window walking around the front of the mansion. It looked like she was looking for something. It was bum, isn't it? I practically jumped down the stairs and ran outside to see her. Hey there, Flare. What's the hurry? You look like you're in quite the rush. I just wanted to see you a little earlier. Gosh, that's really sweet of you. I've been meaning to see you too. I've just been doing a lot of thinking since you helped me get Bun. How's the big bee doing? Oh, come to think of it, that's why I came out here. He ran out of here in a hurry, and I was trying to catch up. Though this has already happened a few times, and each time he somehow ends up back in my room. I'm sure he's fine, I wouldn't be worried. I just can't help myself, you know. Really, you're a real sweet person, Yuri. I love that about you. You are too, Flare. Thanks. Do you have time today to hang out? There's something I'd like to do with you. As long as it's not chasing a rabbit, I'm fine with that. Of course I do for you. Even if it's a little boring, it's not boring if I'm with you. Any boring scenario is turned into an adventure with you. In fact, it's not boring to begin with because I know if it's with you that it's not boring to begin with. I'm sure it can't be that boring if it's with you, you know. Whatever it is, I'm up for it. I'm down. Okay, here we go. Beach again. I swear we spent like 9 out of 10 of our times in this episode on the beach. Besides the game room. And so we walked together to the beach and started fishing side by side. Ah, now this is the life. I have to admit, this wasn't what I expected. This was by far the best way to pass the time out in the countryside. To be honest, I'm not much of a crazy activities like skydiving or shopping trips or hijacking a plane. I'd rather just spend my days quietly with the person I love, talking from dusk to dawn. Just enjoying each other. Don't you mean from dawn to dusk? Just enjoying each other's company, you know. That's the best. Is this okay with you? Of course it is, Yuri. Getting the chance to learn more about you, to try the things you like, that's where the real fun is. I'd also much prefer that to do crazy things all the time. I'd also much prefer that than to do crazy things all the time. Though I do think shopping trips aren't really in the same category as skydiving. They are when you live deep in the country. Hey, you up for a little contest? Sure, let's do it. What is it? Want to see who can catch more fish? And you're right. Oh gosh, competitive side came out of Yuri. Apparently, I'd fanned the flames of Yu's competitive spirit. For the next few hours, we kept on at it, while we enjoyed each other's company and conversation and company. The order is definitely important, not just the selection of different words. Yu was a natural. She was catching fish left and right. Each time she caught one, she let it back into the ocean. Each time I wondered when my first one would bite. I never ended up catching a single one. But that didn't matter. What did was that we were having a ball. Thanks for indulging me, Flare. Hey, I had a lot of fun too. Don't worry about it. You don't have to lie. Yeah, of course, I was not having fun at all. I'm not like the other girls. How do you mean? I grew up with nothing, and it shows in how I spend my time, what I wear, everything. What's wrong with that? I love you so much, you know. If I had you, I'd give you all the love in my heart every moment of every day. I really would live for love, that's what I've always wanted. But I know I could never give you the things everyone else could. The money, the acclaim. This is exciting. I don't care about the money. I don't care about fame. This is exciting. And I find myself worrying, what if you picked me, and the second we leave the island, you realise I can't give you the life you deserve, and you start... Why would we do that? What kind of unfaithful, horrible person would I be? Would I look to a person for their financial or hobby situations over the kind of person that they are as a person? I don't know what I'd do if it came to that. So before it comes to that, I want to ask you, would just me be enough? My breath was taken away before I had a chance to say what I wanted to. I saw something I'd never seen before and would never see again. Oh gosh, are we going to be kidnapped? Yep, the sky rapidly turned from bright blue to black as if were water being drowned in the darkest ink. Great, then the bright sun in the sky went out like a candle in the wind. The last thing I saw was you screaming as shadowy figures grabbed her from behind, and then me. A second later it was pitch black. I couldn't even see my hands reaching out to try and save her. Then I felt somebody grab me from behind. No, not somebody. There must have been several people. They forced me to the ground and cuffed me behind my back, of course. I screamed, but there was no sound. I tried to fight, but there was no way out. I screamed for you, for her to run as fast as she could, but I heard no response. Then, nothing. Great, we're gonna... Yep, of course, we end up down here again. And who else is gonna be down here? Cat! I woke up on an operator table, the kind you see in a nightmare. We've been here before, possibly the third time. My first instinct was to get up and get off it as fast as possible. My neck, hands and legs were cuffed and pinned in thick metal braces. I tried to force myself out with all my strength, but the braces didn't so much as budge. Great, Cat. What do you want now? Morning, Flare. What's going on, Cat? Get me out of here. I'm afraid I can't do that. And honestly, I'm getting tired of explaining why. Really? Let's just speed this along, shall we? What are you talking about? She placed some kind of helmet on my head. I tried to avoid it, but the brace around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Cat, don't do this. I can hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. See you soon. Thanks. She pressed it. The curtain closes. You're taking your bow, and when you lift your head, I can see you clearly for the first time. It's you, the one I'd been waiting all this time to see, the one who made me dream of a life together, far from this island. You've been right by me all this time. Tomorrow's the day, Flare. You nervous? Who wouldn't be? You've got a point. She reached for my hand and held it tightly. You okay? You sure we should be doing this? I don't want you to be punished just because I want to get out of here. Hey, Cat. We've always been a team, you and me. Ah, the dreams. But also, why is she wearing a headpiece in this situation? No matter what, we're in this together. Thanks, Blair. How did things come to this? The escape failed. I've been surrounded, beaten, shot, betrayed. The love of my life. She shot me. I'm bleeding out rapidly. I try my best to slow the bleeding, but it's no use. What did you do to her? I chug out every last word. I didn't do anything. I didn't have to. You were too busy making heart eyes at Cat here to see where her true loyalties lied. I'm sorry, Flare, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell them, my dear? Damian... You know what, that's not totally far-fetched, you know. I knew you were planning something the moment you came to this island. But you didn't trust me enough to tell me what exactly it was. So I became close to you, and told you just what you wanted to hear. And then you told me everything I needed to know. As soon as you told me your plan, there was no way you were ever going to escape from this island. Why are you saying this? Now that's my girl. You really are my daughter. Why? I love that look on your face, Flare. You know, you've got an expression that would be perfect for my next show. And it just so happens, we've got an opening just for you. It's no use. I've lost too much blood. The world turned dark. This is the end. Keep them alive, Flare. You might think I'm showing you mercy, but believe me, by the end of this, you're going to wish I just let Cat kill you. Why? Why, Cat? Why would you? I barely have time to breathe before the waves pull me under once more. What is going on here? Like, this part of the story is a bit confusing. Like, I know what's happening, but at the same time, no clue. And what happened to the other 5 girls? This again. Where am I? I'm underwater? It's so dark and cold. I try to move, but I'm so tired. It takes all my strength to reach my hand out forward. Feels like glass. I'm trapped in some kind of tank. I want to sleep. For just a... Is someone there? I can feel somebody's presence. I open my eyes and I can see Cat. Oh, Ali? Hang on, just a little longer, Flare. Who are you? The woman in front of me looked at me with pity. I hit the glass. I hit the glass with what little strength I have. You're awake. I'm so glad, but you're gonna wish you were asleep for this next bit, trust me, and sorry in advance. She moved towards some kind of terminal next to my tank and pressed a button. As if on cue, it was as if every nerve in my body was set on fire. I screamed and thrashed around, but it did nothing to alleviate the pain. Great, all of this. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left in them. You know, Flare, you're in luck. Usually I'd just kill you for this, but a new opportunity's just opened up. and I think you'd be the perfect fit. This again. About being the perfect... I'm sorry, Flare, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell them, dear? Damian is my... Yeah, you've told us this before. Always a hero, aren't you, Flare? Yes, and why do you have a gun? For goodness sakes, what are you going to do? Kill us? You should be more worried about... You should be more worried about yourself. You knew the rules. If you try to escape the island, you die. It didn't have to be like this, but you... I'm done talking. Goodbye, Flare. Hold on just a little longer, Flare. She looked away from me, as if she had heard something. What? I couldn't tell. Sheesh, we're almost here. We're running out of time. I'm sorry, Flare. I won't be able to give you back all your memories, but this will have to be enough. She pressed another button on the terminal. I've got to run... Oh, maybe that was just a flashback. I've got to run back to my tank, or they'll know something's up. She pressed her hand against the glass. Hold on just a little longer, okay? I'll get us out of here. The pain. It stopped. The world turned dark. And we're... Yeah, you've been here before. I'm Flare. I'm on some kind of dating show. Find love or die trying. Hey, the name of the game! Ali, she helped me. I've got to find her. You're up early. Most people around here usually need a little more to wake them up. Cat, I remember now. I tried to escape this island with her. She pretended to be my lover. She betrayed me and shot me too. She's the reason why I'm trapped here. It is only fragments I can remember, but I remember enough to know that she's bad news. We've done this song and dance over and over more times than I could count on. So this is many cycles. I've been in love with her and chose Ali, Scholar, Terra, Violet, and you. Each of them countless times. Am I a bad person? Come to think of it, I can't remember what happened before this show started either. I need to find Ali, but first for the problem at hand. If I want to get out of here, I can't let Cat know that I remember what's happened before. Sorry, who are you? I've got to play dumb. Sorry, who are you? Will she buy it? Walk with me. There's a lot to get you up to speed on. The name's Cat. I'm a producer of a new show called Find Love or Die Trying. Yes, we've been through this. And what's your name? I don't remember. Look, I know it's the same beginning as usual. Learn about the killer, dating, show's rules. Meet the girls before the show starts. I don't remember meeting you before this show, but I'm glad I got to meet you again. Is it possible not to feel happier when I see your smile? You'd think that the staff would have learned to cook better by now. There's so much more to you than you show the world, Violet. Okay. Scarlet, you're still hiding that you're reading that magazine with another book. It brings a smile to my face every time. I think I know what happened to you now. You still have no idea what you got into, Terra. Killer dating show or not. I'd love to see the way you see the world. And finally, Ali. You never gave up on getting us out of here, even after all this time. Howdy, Flare. I heard you're the suitor. Care to join me for a jog? There's a place in the forest I'd love to go for a run around with you. It'd be my pleasure. We went for a jog, exchanging banter like we'd always done when we met each other. Nearly dark now. The second we got to the unrecorded area of the forest, her smile faded. Let's see what is going on this time around. I'm glad you got the hint, Flare. You haven't given yourself away to anyone yet, right? No, I haven't. As far as Cat knows, I don't remember anything as usual. Sweet. I knew I was right to help you first. Thank you. Really, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I've got to ask, how did you escape the tank in the first place? Honestly, I got lucky. Usually the tank knocks me out right away, but that last time, I think something must have bugged out. I saw my chance and took it. Anything's better than being stuck here forever. I'm sorry I couldn't get all your memories back. Don't worry about it, Ali. All I could ask for is for a fighting chance, and you gave that to me. Don't mention it. I mean, I'm hands down the MVP. Anyway, it's about time I tell you the truth, Flare. I'm from the Resistance. Okie dokie. You can think of us as a covert group of concerned citizens who have a few bones to pick with the world's current management. And those bones are their necks. Joking aside, we are fighting a war here. That war will be won with information. Information that lives on this island and only here. There was no way that we could ever find this place, not by conventional means. But then we found out about the show. And so they sent you here? Actually, I volunteered. Believe me, the others didn't want me to, but I knew I had to. I was the one with the least to lose. Hallie. It was pretty easy getting in, all things considered. All I had to do was write a report that labelled me as suspicious of conspiring against the government, taking a few kill selfies, and boom, I was flown here. Didn't go too great since then, though. Great, but that was when I was a lone wolf. I've got you now. And we'll get out of here together. Sound good to you? Sounds like a plan. I haven't even told you the plan yet. But since you're so excited, let's get right to it. There's two things we need to do. One, we need to bring the other girls' memories back. We won't be able to get their trust or work with them till we do. And we'll need their help for part 2. And what's that? 2, we need to get the blank out of here. Sounds about right. Easier said than done, though. It's going to take a hell of a lot of setup and coordination. There's a small army of armed and trained staff tasked with keeping us here, not to mention us needing a way off the island. I'll figure it out as we go, but for now, how about you go on your date with Scarlet today? I can do that, but how does that relate to us getting out of here? I'd tell you if I thought you could be a better actor. Believe me, you know why later. Anyway, let's head back to Imagine. We don't want Cat to start looking for us. Sounds good to me. You really think... So you're really something, you know. That's putting it lightly. Thanks. And then... Thanks. Hello, Cat. So I got carried away exploring the island. I've got to be careful around Cat. I know exactly what she's capable of firsthand, exactly. Is that so? Well, it's no harm, but you have a whole week to explore, you know. So we're back to 7 days. You'll get 1 day with each of the girls for the first 5 days. Okay. A little something special for day 6. And then the final ceremony where you propose to one of the girls. That sounds like the perfect amount of time to figure out if we're meant to be together. You'd be surprised. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Who do you want to spend today's date with? Scarlet. There's just something about her, you know. Well then, folks, we are going to be out of here, and we'll be seeing to this in the next time around. I'm not sure how much there is left to the game, because on the very first day, within the first few hours of the game's, you know, being public, people have already completed all the endings. So that gives to me the suspicion that people haven't really read the game, but they just skimmed through it just to find all the endings and say, hey, I've got all the endings to the game. But I didn't really achieve it because I didn't really read it. But you know I'm the real deal. I'm here to read and acknowledge and absorb the information given to me. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'm not sure how much longer this game has left in its first playthrough. And I'm not too sure if this leads up to all of the 7 endings of the game, or if we're only allowed to see one of the particular endings based on the order in which we do events in. That could be something. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next time of Find Love or Fail Miserably by Dying. Tried dying. Or died while trying. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves.